This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately.
County Communications.
Carlton, I have an Alex Murdaugh on the line, caller from 4147 Moselle Road. He's advising that his wife and child was shot.
Okay, and sir, give me the address again.
It's 4147 Moselle Road. I've been up to it now. It's bad.
Okay. Okay, and are they breathing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you said it's your wife and your son?
My wife and my son.
Are they in a vehicle?
No, ma'am. They're on the ground out at my kennel.
Okay, and did you see anyone? Okay, is he breathing at all?
No, nobody.
Is she? Okay, do you see anything? Do you see anyone in the area?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
What color is your house on the outside? What color is your house on the outside?
It's white. You can't see it from the road.
Okay, is it a house or a mobile home?
It's a house.
Okay, and what is your name?
It's a house! Oh my God, man. Jesus, are you kidding me? Is it a mobile home or a house? Yeah. So there you go. That's where it came from, everybody. I would say that out of the whole thing, that moment, listening to that 911 calls when, on this channel, he became the main suspect, like early on here, right? Like I wasn't, we weren't thinking, ooh, some weird serial killer, This was going to be Alex Murdaugh all the way, or Elek, excuse me, E-H-L-E-K if you were going to phonetically try to say it, all right? Yeah, so apparently today there was a couple articles saying that he's going to be charged. Now, I guess, it's possible that things will change or whatever like that, but given the fact of all the things that this guy has done, his fake... he tried to make it look like he was going to get murdered. That was fake. And then, that's when he went, oh, God, here we go. He hired somebody to shoot at him, but it sort of grazed him, and then he got life-flighted somewhere with just barely a nick on him. And then he admits that it was fake. Oh, and he had drug problems. And then it turns out he has gambling debts. And then he also, Gloria Satterfield, a maid who lived in his, who worked at his house, I think she was murdered, actually, but she died at his property, falling, quote, falling down some steps. I'm sure Timmy wasn't too far away from there. Actually, it's probably more Alec at this point. But there was a $5 million judgment, but it was crazy because what happened in that case was he told the victim's kids, hey, listen, let's just use my law firm. We'll just settle it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And they got $5 million, and the kids got nothing. He gave not a nickel. I mean, what a fool. I mean, at least he could have given like $1 million to, placate them or something. But he gave them nothing. And then years later, it turns out where, they were owed $5 million, maybe minus the fees that the attorneys get. Anyways, so he did that. And then, so that was way before, and then, Timmy ends up killing a woman in a drunken boating accident. I think that's even after that. And I mean, he's just Timmy. I don't really give two shits that Timmy was killed by his dad. That actually helped the world a little bit. The father, and he's an absolute barbarian himself. He ends up. It turns out where I mean, we don't know the actual reason at this point, but I think it's financial. He didn't want to, you know. I think his wife was probably going to leave him, and he was going to have to owe money, so he probably shot her. I don't know how Timmy played in. Maybe he was there. You know, Timmy was just a problem for the family. And I don't even know what his real name was anymore. Paul, maybe, right? Is that it? But it's just the craziest case ever. Hey, thanks, Freebird Forever. Yep, doing a little early stream here. Yeah. So, again, here you go, everybody. Using logic and reason. On this channel, we came up with the most logical and most likely person from the very beginning. And I think that's important.
Chewbacca?
You know, so.
Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
How wrong was I? Mind blown.
Yeah, well, the thing is you know, at the very beginning, we speculated maybe it was the parents of the girl who, you know, maybe somebody related to the girl who was killed in the boating accident, right? Or it wasn't even an accident. I don't even know what you call that. The guy was wasted, driving around, didn't give a shit. You know, that was right at the beginning. But then as soon as the 911 call and other things started coming out, and knowing that there was a story that kind of changed around, like he said he was out there hunting, yeah, just everything didn't really line up that well. All right. Thank you very much, Charleston Amy. And also, thank you, Cold Truth. She sent me a Facebook money for my channel. So, there you go. Is there any crime at this point? I don't know, man. Let's take a look at this. Let me turn down the music a little bit. It's unreal. Yeah, so here is an article on it. Report disgraced attorney. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Disgraced attorney Alex Murdaugh to be charged for the murder of his wife and son.
June 7th, 2021. Alex Murdaugh discovers his wife Maggie and son Paul shot dead at his Colleton County hunting lodge.
It's a house!
The police immediately. My wife and child just shot badly.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is called to look into their deaths. Just weeks later, on June 23rd, SLED announced...
So here's the thing. When you're wondering why we keep playing It's a House, and here's the reason why. So that became one of the sound effects on here. Is you gotta think about it like this. Here is Alex Murdaugh confronting the fact that his wife and his ridiculously his son, I don't even want to call Timmy, we'll call him. They're both found by him dead, and the 911 operator had the gall to ask him if he lived in a trailer, and he goes, "It's a house! Oh, how dare you! It's a house, for God's sakes! Who the hell do you think you are?" Yeah, I think that's the last thing anybody would give a shit about. And that's when it was really, let's look at Stardust. I don't get what you're saying. But see, that was the moment where it just all came into focus, right? It was just all of a sudden, it's a house. So let's just play that part again. You gotta listen to it. It's crazy. So
Okay, and you said
let me
it's
turn
your
it up.
wife and your son?
My wife and my son.
Are they anyone in the area?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
What color's your house on the outside? What color's your house on the outside?
It's white. You can't see it from the road.
Okay, is it a house or a mobile home?
Mobile home.
It's a house.
Okay, and what is your name?
My name is Alex Murdaugh.
Oh God, it's a house. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I know he said just before that it was it was a house, but like he was almost offended that she dare say it was a mobile home, right? Don't you know who we are, for God's sakes? We're the Murdaughs. Wow, we've been in this area for generations. How dare you even suggest we live in a mobile home?
It's a house.
Huh?
All right, anyways.
Says it's looking into the 2015 death of Stephen Smith based on information gathered in their murder investigation. That development a huge relief to Smith's mother, who never believed the story police had told
now
her.
they're being
They
looked
said
at
he
for the
was shot in
Stephen
the
Smith
head,
murder.
and
They need
then
to
it
open up
turned out it was a hit
Satterfield
and run,
again.
and then he was beat up, and so the story just kept changing.
Fast forward to September 2nd.
You ever notice, like, nobody's alive anymore that might have known something about Satterfield? You know, like Timmy's not alive, and neither is his wife, who made the 911 call in the Satterfield case. Interesting.
Second, the PMPED law firm launches an investigation into Alex Murdaugh over concerns he had been taking money from the firm and clients for personal use. Murdaugh resigns from the firm the next day. September 4th, Murdaugh is shot in the head on a quiet Hampton County road.
They shot me, but okay, wait, you need EMS?
Oh, yes, I need lifeline.
I mean, yes, I can't drive.
10 days later, on September 14th, Curtis Edward Smith is
You know what's amazing is Lifeline got there before the cops. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
arrested in connection to the assisted suicide shooting of Murdaugh. Murdaugh admits the scheme was set up so his surviving son, Buster, could collect a $10 million life insurance policy. The next day, Murdaugh is named the chief defendant in a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the sons of
You know what I
Murdaugh
think?
house.
I think that part's a lie. You know, I said that at the time. It wasn't a scheme to for life insurance policy. It had nothing to do with that. It would have been executed correctly if that's what it was about. What it was really about was the guy would have been instructed to keep shooting and shooting and shooting. All right, that's what he would have instructed him to do. Yeah, now make sure I'm dead because my son's got to get the 10 million. But what it really was he was trying to throw people off to make it look like he was the next person in line for whoever killed his wife and his son. That was the real reason for it. But his backup, oh my God, I didn't die. Yeah. I don't really want to go through with it. How do I explain this? It was a fake suicide attempt. That's exactly what that was. But he actually was trying to make it look like there was some other person out there that was going after him and his whole family. And I think that's absolutely the reality.
Keeper and nanny Gloria Satterfield. SLED simultaneously announces it's opening a criminal investigation into Satterfield's 2018 death. October 4th, the law firm representing the estate of Satterfield announces a settlement has been reached. And just days ago, on June 3rd, an attorney representing the Satterfield family confirms SLED plans to exhume Satterfield's body as part of their investigation into her death.
I'm telling you, I didn't even know that. But
that was our Brooke Butler reporting there.
I don't remember knowing that. Maybe I mentioned that a while ago. But see, that's exactly the reality. There's no way in hell, given the fact that you have all these other things, and Alec gained financially from the death of Gloria Satterfield, to me it seems like it was absolutely the whole scheme was already, he planned the whole thing. Kill Gloria Satterfield, convince the kids to use his law firm, or his friend's law firm, and then take all the money. I mean, it was unbelievable. All right, so I'm a subscriber over at Fitz News. Has probably been the best out there. These guys right here, Fitz News. Murdaugh Murders, charges coming. So, you know, I think it's Mandy Madsen, or is it Maddie Madsen? Now I can't remember. What is it, Amy? Is it Maddie or Maddie? She didn't write this one though. But. All right, so investigators and prosecutors leading the double homicide inquiry at the heart of the Murdaugh Murders, crime corruption saga, are said to be moving forward with murder charges later this week. If our sources are correct, the evidence they are relying upon will implicate disgraced 53-year-old attorney Alex Murdaugh in the brutal slaying of his wife and younger son last spring, marking a major milestone in what is... I think he did the world a favor. I mean, I'll give marks to Alex for taking out Timmy. Timmy was going to be somebody who would have been a horrendous person in society and probably killed other people and got away with it. You know, whether it was just drunk driving, something like that. According to our sources, investigators with the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division, SLED, are scheduled to present evidence to a grand jury which implicates Murdaugh in the June 7th, 2021 murders of 52-year-old Maggie Murdaugh. See, he had gunshot residue on him. You know, like he's the one that fired the weapons. You know, it's like it's pretty obvious stuff. I mean, it's kind of interesting how they didn't charge him earlier. What does meh mean, Robert? Don't know what that means. Type in a better sentence. Let's see. He was playing the long game. Oh, yeah, he had all these different schemes were planned out. Yeah, I know it's Matney. I want to know what the first name was. According to our sources, investigators with the South Carolina State Law Enforcement Division, SLED, are scheduled to present evidence to a grand jury which implicates Murdaugh in the June 7th, 2021 murders of 52-year-old Maggie Murdaugh and 22-year-old Paul. The evidence will be presented to grand juries this Thursday. Okay, so they're, you know, unless the grand jury doesn't allow it. Yeah, it's Mandy. That's what I said originally, but I thought, well, is it Maddie Manson? Yeah. What does MEH mean, everybody? Like somebody just types in meh. What does it mean? We got about 5 seconds to answer that one. Alec is accused of stealing, laundering. Yeah, we know that. Oh, Clancy. We've been covering this case from the beginning. Yeah, he's stolen just a ludicrous amount of money from a lot of different people. He claims it was gambling and drugs. I don't think it had anything to do with anything. I don't think there's no way to have an $8 million Oxycontin drug habit. Okay, it's now is that what it means? You've been drinking? Well, go do your weirdness somewhere else then, okay, Robert? Sounds good. All right, awesome. Whew, wow. Did he act alone? How do they believe he carried out the murders? Also, why? We'll see any initial theories to the Murdaugh possibly motives of murder. First, let's look at the process. Conventional wisdom holds that any murder charges against Murdaugh would be handled by the South Carolina statewide grand jury. They also have indicted Murdaugh already on dozens of financial crimes. According, it would make sense for this entity to handle the murder charges. Anyways, you know, when the details come out after the grand jury and then things get put out, it'll be really interesting to see. I mean, I think it's all just financial, you know. Probably if his wife's death, he probably would have got an insurance policy on her. Maybe even his son. We don't know if he had one set up on him. But it's also that I think she might have been leaving and then he wouldn't get all of the property. So you take her out, that takes that out of the equation, and then maybe even a life insurance policy. All right? So there you go. All right. Well, I don't really have much more to offer on this one, but, you know, it's
a house.
That's all it is, man. Here, let's listen to that one more time. Hold on a second.
County Communications.
Carlton, I have an Alex Murdaugh on the line, caller from 4147 Moselle Road. He's advising that his wife and child was shot.
Okay, and sir, give me the address again.
It's 4147 Moselle Road. I've been up to it now. It's bad.
Okay. Okay, and are they breathing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you said it's your wife and your son?
My wife and my son.
Are they in a vehicle?
No, ma'am. They're on the ground out at my kennel.
Okay, and did you see anyone? Okay, is he breathing at all?
No, nobody.
Is she? Okay, do you see anything? Do you see anyone in the area?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
What color is your house on the outside? What color is your house on the outside?
It's white. You can't see it from the road.
Okay, is it a house or a mobile home?
It's a house.
Okay, and what is your name?
My name is Alex Murdaugh. It's a house.
Okay, and did you hear anything, or did you come home and find them?
No, man, I've been gone. I just came back.
Okay, and was anyone else supposed to be at your house?
No, ma'am. Please hurry.
We're getting somebody out there to you.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh.
Okay, what is her name?
Maggie and Paul.
Maggie is her name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And please hurry.
We're getting somebody out there to you. Me asking you these questions, don't slow them down, okay? And you sure they're not breathing? Is he moving at all, your son? I know you said that she was shot, but what about your son?
Nobody. They're not. Neither one of them's moving.
What is your telephone number? And does anything look out of place?
Ma'am, not particularly, really, no, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I'm going back down there. Are they close, ma'am?
Yeah, they've been en route with you ever since you've got on the phone with me. I have multiple people coming out there to you. Okay, can you do me a favor, Mr. Murdaugh, and turn on the flashers on your car so that way they can see where the kennels are?
21. Central phone now, station 1A. You will need station 15.
I don't know if you've already touched them, but I don't want you to touch them just in case they can get any kind of evidence, okay?
I'd already touched them trying to get to see if they were breathing.
Oh, I'm sure you already touched him. I'm sure you have.
Okay. Well, I just don't want you to move anything just in case they can get any kind of evidence,
Oh, it's too
okay?
late. I already moved everything. I've touched everything. The guns and everything.
Huh? Oh. The house. Ma'am, I'm going to call. I need to call some of my family.
Okay.
On this.
Well, do me a favor for me. Whenever you see the officer or the medics, because they're all coming to
Ma'am, I've got to get my attorneys in here really quick.
you.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we have them come in, turn on the flashes on your vehicle so they can see you, okay? You got the flashes on for me?
I do.
Okay, alright. Just, whenever you see them...
Okay.
How old is your son?
22.
Okay. Alright, we're getting them out there to you, okay?
Wait, hold on a second. Let me do this.
Okay.
And I will answer if you call.
Alright. Alright, we're getting them. Whenever you see them. Well, do me a favor for me. Whenever you see the officer or the medics, because they're all coming to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we have them come in, turn on the flashes on your vehicle so they can see you, okay? You got the flashes on for me?
Huh? I do.
Okay, alright. Just, whenever you see them...
Okay. Oh.
Oh. All fake, every bit of it.
Ma'am, I'm going to call. I need to call some of my family.
Huh? Okay.
On this.
Well, do me a favor for me. Whenever you see the officer or the medics, because they're all coming to you.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, to me, it started to get really obvious after this call and all the little fake stuff he's doing. Nobody does all those things unless they're involved in something. You know, the fake shooting, and it was obvious that the fake shooting of himself wasn't a suicide attempt to get his son some money. It was something that it failed, and he sort of chickened out on it. And to explain it, since he lived, he had to tell people, because they would have, if he was killed, because here's what the thing is: the person who shot him got rid of the gun and everything, so it was supposed to be a hit. If he was really gonna, and I guess a suicide you wouldn't get a settlement on a suicide. So yeah, so either way, it was supposed to look like somebody else killed him, but he was never gonna let himself be killed. Okay, there was no life insurance policy had anything to do with the damn thing. He just wanted to make it look like there was some other person out there that's attacking the Murdaugh family for some unknown reason. And I just got lucky and survived. So instead of you guys looking, he was trying to take the heat off of himself, is what he was trying to do. But it looked fishy from the second it happened, right? And so that didn't work. And then we find out about the Gloria Satterfield garbage that he was doing. And then we have the boating, accident with Timmy, his son. Paul, he actually killed him too. Thankfully, I know that sounds crazy, but that guy was a human wrecking machine. He was a horrendous person, and he would never quit drinking either. That guy, when he drank, turned into a freaking monster, and then he was an entitled little asshole, when he wasn't drinking. Okay, so you can forget that. So, anyways, you guys, that is going to do it for this show. Thank you. I don't know how far up I can go up in there, but there you go. Oh, Freebird Forever, Charleston Amy, and it was Cheyenne R, and thanks for all the long-time member notes. Thank you. Appreciate it. So there you go. And I don't know, tonight I might be interviewing, let's see, it was Greg Hardy in the Deanne Warner case. We were covering that from the very beginning, and then it got kind of hijacked by McDummy. But yeah, I'm going to still talk to different individuals and so forth, because that one's crazy too. That one seems really obvious. They just haven't really... it's like the law enforcement in that case has done absolutely nothing. It's crazy. Hey, thank you, Play-Doh. Not Play-Doh, but Play-Doh. Or Play-Toe, I guess. Yeah. All right, so thank you guys very much. And that was awesome news, everybody. Awesome news that Alex Murdaugh apparently looks like they're going to be going for charges, but I can't imagine them not getting, what is it called, a true bill, whatever the hell you want to call it. But man, it's just it's been this long saga, the most entitled family in the history of the planet, having the district attorney in the area for, I think it was 3 generations. You know, for like 100 years, they've ran the show there and had everybody in their pocket. And finally, the dynasty has come crumbling down. And hopefully there's this massive civil suit, so none of them have anything. And I mean even Buster. None of them should have a nickel and have to start all over again while they sell and get rid of all the assets and pay off all the people they screwed over for their entire lives. Unbelievable. All right, everybody, thank you very much. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a...
What do you mean it's a house?
Well, you heard that. Oh, yeah.
I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher.
If you try and play me like an old projector, trendsetter.
Here's my nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture.
It's a house!
That's pretty good, Mary. That's pretty good.
And I'm always gonna be a pup protector.
Huh?
Fool deflector.
That's not that good.
Interceptor. And I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all. Just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Huh? It's a house!
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.